Willow Camille Rain Smith was born on October 31, 2000, in Los Angeles, California. Smith is the daughter of Hollywood stars Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. She has an older brother, Jaden Smith, and an older half-brother, Trey Smith. Her family's status meant Smith was raised in the spotlight. Willow Smith grew up in the public eye as the daughter of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. After acting in a few projects, in 2010 Smith released a song, "Whip My Hair," that became a hit single. However, the demands of fame eventually stressed the young Smith to the point that she took a step away from performing. Smith later started making music as Willow. She overcame personal doubts and embraced her lifelong love of rock to release the album Lately I Feel Everything, 2021. In doing so, she staked her own claim to a genre of music with strong ties to the Black community. In addition to music, Smith co-hosts the popular talk show Red Table Talk with her mother and grandmother. Early acting in music. In 2007, Smith had a role alongside her father in the movie I Am Legend. She next appeared in Kit Kittredge, An American Girl, 2008, and joined her mother to voice a character in Madagascar, Escape to Africa, 2008. She was also seen on the television show True Jackson, VP. As a teen, Smith performed vocally in Neo Yokio and Adventure Time. Smith's first pop single, "Whip My Hair," came out when she was 9 years old. The song was a hit, ultimately going platinum and reaching number 11 on the Billboard Hot 100. In 2010, Smith signed a recording contract with Jay-Z's Roc Nation. Smith had some follow-up success with songs like 2011's 21st Century Girl, but nothing was as popular as "Whip My Hair." She also came to dislike the pressure-filled lifestyle of performing. In 2012, Smith shaved her head during her Whip My Hair tour, an act of protest against continuing. She also decided she didn't want to take on the title role in a filmed version of the musical Annie that her father was producing. Smith has admitted she later started cutting herself in an attempt to deal with her emotional pain. Smith told Pinkett Smith in 2018, "I definitely had to forgive you and Daddy for that whole whip my hair thing. It was mostly Daddy because he was so harsh at certain times." Reflecting on her childhood career, in 2019 she told People magazine, "I was super young, and I had a dream, but all I really wanted to do was sing and I didn't equate that with all the business and the stress that ended up coming with it." Though she'd rebelled against the demands on her, Smith didn't stop making music. Her debut album, Arte Patheticus, was released in 2015. Her next two albums, the first and Willow, came out in 2017 and 2019 respectively. Red Table Talk. Smith, her mother, and her maternal grandmother, Adrienne Banfield Norris, had a tradition of sharing personal stories and insights among themselves. Pinkett Smith recorded and released one of these No Barriers, Intergenerational Conversations in 2013. 5 years later, the women launched their own talk show, Red Table Talk, on Facebook Watch. Red Table Talk has an informal setup that harkens back to the family's earlier discussions. On the show, the three generations of women have tackled topics such as mental health, politics, and sexuality. In 2021, Smith shared that she was polyamorous. Salma Hayek, Kevin Hart, Olivia Jade Giannulli and Jordan Woods are among some of the high-profile guests who have stopped by the program. In 2021, Red Table Talk won a Daytime Emmy for Outstanding Informative Talk Show. Albums, The Anxiety and Lately I Feel Everything. The Anxiety, an indie rock album from Smith and partner Tyler Cole, came out in 2020. Along with the album, Smith and Cole took part in a performance art piece. Inside a glass box at the Museum of Contemporary Art in Los Angeles, they spent 24 hours embodying 8 different emotional states linked to anxiety. As a teenager, Smith had developed a love of rock while listening to groups like My Chemical Romance and Blink-182. Those influences were evident in her next album, Lately I Feel Everything, which came out in July 2021. The album, produced with Cole, is seen as pop-punk, though Smith has clarified, "I knew I didn't want to do a completely pop-punk record. I knew that it needed to have a mixture of some moody alternative, more melodic vibes because that's just who I am." Smith has stated that Lately I Feel Everything is the kind of record she'd wanted to make since I was literally 12, but she'd been hesitant about diving into this genre of music. For one thing, her training had been in the world of pop and R&B. In addition, Smith had watched her mother perform with her nu metal band, Wicked Wisdom, in the early 2000s. She delighted in her mother's shows, but she also remembers the death threats Pinkett Smith received while on tour. The COVID-19 pandemic lockdown provided the impetus for Smith to delve into experimenting with rock music and conquer her uncertainties. Reflecting on her journey in 2021, she remarked, "Despite ongoing challenges for Black women in the rock genre, attitudes have shifted. My previous hesitations were primarily rooted in my own insecurities. I aspire to inspire more young women of color, showing them that they, too, can pursue this path." The album's first single, Transparent Soul, featured Blink-182's Travis Barker. It made it onto Billboard's Hot 100 chart. Other collaborators on the album include punk star Avril Lavigne, who accepted an invitation to join Smith on the song Grow. Fashion. As a teenager, Smith became known for wearing gender-neutral fashion. Her style also incorporates more daring choices in attire, hairstyles, and makeup. However, Smith said in a 2021 interview, "I'm the kind of person who never really gets dressed up unless it's a part of my work." Smith has been the face of campaigns for brands like Chanel, Cartier, and Mugler. About Willow Smith House. Willow Smith, the talented singer and daughter of Hollywood stars Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, has her very own Malibu apartment that is worlds apart from her family home. Let's take a peek inside her stunning abode. Willow's chic waterfront apartment is worth an impressive $3.1 million and boasts over 2,000 square feet of space. It's situated in Malibu, a dreamy location along the picturesque coastline overlooking the Pacific Ocean. The interiors are super modern, featuring light and airy decor with luxury furnishings. The open-plan living space is adorned with floor-to-ceiling windows, allowing Willow to fully appreciate the breathtaking views.